Some K-dramas stay in our hearts for their stories, friendships, romance, and swoon-worthy moments. But behind the scenes, the actors' lives often tell a far more complicated story. From serious scandals and shocking actions to tragic losses, the fates of these beloved casts reveal a darker, unexpected side of K-drama history. So here's what really happened to some of the most iconic ensembles ever. Take High Kick, for example. High Kick is a 2006 South Korean sitcom following the chaotic and hilarious life of the Lee family. Its first season, spanning 167 episodes, became the longest-running comedy on Korean television, praised for its funny yet relatable depiction of everyday family life. The show not only captivated Korea, but its popularity quickly spread across Asia, and the success of the first season led to 2 more sequels. Fans adored the cast for their heartfelt and entertaining performances, which made the Lee family feel like their own. Now, nearly 2 decades later, curiosity remains about what happened to these beloved actors and how their lives unfolded after the spotlight faded. Na Moon-hee stands out as one of the most memorable actresses from the show, and her career has only continued to flourish over the years. She has starred in countless films and television dramas, earning widespread praise for her strong, comforting presence in nearly every role. Her talent and charm even earned her the affectionate nickname Nation's Grandma, a title that reflects both her iconic status and the respect she commands in the industry. Through it all, Na Moon-hee has proven that her charm and talent remain as powerful as ever, captivating audiences across generations. So Min Joong, who played the character sharing her own name, became beloved for her quirky and clumsy role as the English teacher at Pungpa High School, where she served as homeroom teacher to Minho, Yunho, Bum, Chansung, and Sungkyunkwan. Viewers fell in love with her hilarious charm and warm personality, and her performance instantly made her one of the standout stars of the show. Offers began flooding in once the series ended, including commercial deals, game shows, MC opportunities, and more, leading many to believe she was about to become one of Korea's next major stars. But at the height of her rising success, Min Joong surprised everyone by choosing to step away from the spotlight entirely. She married a Korean-American dentist who was 1 year older than her, moved to the United States, and in July 2008, the couple welcomed a daughter. Since then, Korean media have shared that she has spent her life quietly in the US, focusing on her family and enjoying the slow, peaceful routine of being a homemaker. For fans hoping she might eventually return to acting, it doesn't seem likely. In a past television appearance, Min Joong explained that she and her husband have a strong and supportive relationship, and despite his busy schedule, he always prioritizes their family's well-being. Every now and then, the family visits Korea for a few weeks of vacation, yet she appears fully content with the life she chose. A similar path unfolded for Jung Joon-ha, who portrayed Lee Joon-ha, a man laid off from his job who spends his days at home gambling on failed investments and relying on the income of his wife, a doctor working at his father's hospital. After the show ended, Joon-ha appeared only occasionally in small guest roles in both dramas and films, but his biggest break came from a different direction when he became a regular cast member on the variety program Hang Out With You, where his funny and warm personality earned him a new wave of fans. In 2012, Joon-ha married a Korean-Japanese former flight attendant, and the couple welcomed their first child the following year. Although he still pops up from time to time in small appearances, he now enjoys a peaceful and happy routine, surprising viewers occasionally with his familiar charm. He even recently made his return to Hang Out With You, which was emotional for the fans and viewers who had been following the show for a while. Jung Il-woo, who played Lee Yun-ho, the youngest son of Joon-ha and Haemi, and the narrator guiding viewers through the story, was expected to rise much higher in the industry than where he stands today. That's not to say he hasn't built a strong and steady career over the years, as he certainly has. After High Kick, he went on to appear in well-known dramas such as 49 Days, The Moon Embracing the Sun, Cinderella and the Four Knights, and more recently, KBS's Our Golden Days. But beyond his acting success, there is a chapter of Il-woo's life that many fans are still unaware of. In August 2006, he was involved in a devastating car accident while sitting in the backseat alongside his childhood friend, fellow actor Lee Min-ho. The crash was so severe that the 2 passengers in the front seats lost their lives at the scene, leaving a tragedy that shaped both actors permanently. Min-ho suffered major injuries and Il-woo was also seriously hurt. The aftermath changed Il-woo in ways that went far beyond physical recovery. The accident left him struggling with partial memory loss, erasing fragments of his past. He has shared that he often recognizes faces but cannot remember where or when he met certain people, forcing him to rely heavily on photographs as reminders to rebuild the missing pieces of his life. It became became a quiet battle he carried with him through his rise to fame. Despite that, he took on plenty of roles, including his recent appearance in Leaving Mom Behind with Vietnamese actors Tuan Tran and Hong Dao. And while he hasn't quite reached full A-list status yet, his striking looks and solid acting talent continue to earn him praise, with many fans still hoping he eventually breaks into the very top tier. Kim Hye-sung, who took on the role of Min-ho, the intelligent eldest son of the Lee family, captured huge attention during the show's run thanks to his boyish visuals and charming presence. But despite that early spotlight, his career took an unexpected turn, as it seems like his youthful appearance and his modest height made it extremely difficult for him to secure adult roles, with many casting directors reportedly struggling to picture him outside a student image. Because of this, acting opportunities became rare, and his projects grew few and far between. His most recent appearance was in the 2020 film Paper Flower, but nothing since has come close to matching the popularity he once enjoyed as Min-ho. Sadly, what once seemed like the start of a major acting career ended up becoming a path filled with long gaps and missed chances, leaving many to feel he deserved far more than what he ultimately received. Park Hae-mi played the role of Junha's wife, a traditional Korean medicine doctor working alongside Soon-jae, and many expected her career to expand after the show. But instead of gaining attention for new acting achievements, her personal life ended up becoming what most people talked about. Although she continued appearing in various projects after High Kick, they were mostly smaller parts and supporting roles in dramas and musicals, and she never landed another major hit. Even now, High Kick remains the project most people remember her for. Her real life, however, was filled with far more difficult chapters. Hae-mi's first marriage was to Mr. Lim, an employee at a large company, and it was far from a voluntary or happy union. She later revealed that the relationship began in a deeply harmful way while she was still in college, and throughout the marriage, she endured severe emotional and physical pain. Her husband was obsessively controlling as he monitored her constantly, installed listening devices to track her every move, and even checked her undergarments daily. After the family moved to Canada, Hae-mi became increasingly isolated and overwhelmed by stress, feeling more alone than ever. Eventually, she gathered the strength to end the marriage in 1994 and secured custody of her son, finally freeing herself from those years of distress. A year after her first marriage ended, Hae-mi eventually found love again with Hwang Min, a Korean-Canadian concert planner she met during a Gaksi Pumba performance, a show known for inviting the entire audience onto the stage at the finale. During that moment, the two ended up stepping out together by chance, which led them to grow close. And despite strong opposition from her family, Hae-mi was determined to marry him. They went on to build a life together and stayed married for 25 years, but that marriage came to a heartbreaking end. In 2018, Hwang Min was involved in a drunk driving accident that resulted in the tragic passing of two of Hae-mi's students who were passengers in the vehicle. The news left Hae-mi devastated. She immediately reached out to the bereaved families, offering sincere apologies and promising to take full moral responsibility. The shock of the incident eventually led the couple to divorce in May 2019, and Hae-mi stepped away from public activities for a time. Hwang Min received a sentence of 3 years and 6 months in prison, later serving a total of 4 years and 6 months before being released in April 2022. During his imprisonment, he demanded financial support from Hae-mi, and in order to help him, she went as far as selling a house and has been working nonstop since 2018. Among all the characters who shaped the legacy of High Kick, many viewers still remember Lee Soon-jae the most. He played the eldest head of the Lee household, running a Korean medicine hospital with his daughter-in-law. On screen, his personality was complicated. He often appeared harsh, stubborn, and self-centered, raising his voice at his family, yet he also revealed rare moments of warmth that made audiences feel deeply attached to him. Because of this balance, viewers fell in love with the character, and the public affection eventually earned him the nickname Nation's Grandpa. After the drama's success, Lee Soon-jae returned for the second season and continued to build an enormous career. Over the years, he took on more than 40 additional works across film, television, and theater, collaborating with countless respected actors who consistently praised his dedication and character. His achievements reached a historic milestone in late 2024 when he became the oldest winner of the Daesang at the KBS Drama Awards, marking a legendary moment in the industry. Even at an advanced age, he never stopped performing. In 2024, he starred in the stage production Waiting for Godot and also led the KBS 2 TV drama Dog Knows Everything. However, after stepping down from the play in October October, persistent concerns about his health began circulating. Around this time, he spent most of his days teaching acting at universities and supporting young actors as a mentor, something he had always been passionate about. Sadly, after more than a year of public worry surrounding his condition, Lee Seung-jae passed away on November 25th at the age of 91. The entertainment world was deeply shaken by the loss, with actors, directors, and fans paying tribute in large numbers, honoring his extraordinary contribution and legacy that helped shape the history of Korean entertainment. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on to stay updated on everything related to K-dramas and their casts. From the slapstick humor of High Kick, we move to the heartfelt nostalgia of Reply 1988. While this drama captured the warmth of friendship and family, the cast faced personal struggles and career challenges that most fans never saw coming. Reply 1988 is one of the most popular K-dramas of all time, but did you know about all the tragic events and controversies that happened to the cast of the series? To some people, it looks like the drama is cursed. The controversies involving the cast members from the series actually began even before the drama aired, as the actor Go Kyung-pyo was previously criticized for his social media behavior. In August 2015, the actor posted an image on social media promoting a controversial song by rapper Blacknut from the TV competition Show Me the Money 4. Some people commented on the post, pointing out the provocative lyrics of the song and the problematic behavior of the rapper. Kyung-pyo reacted to the comments by insulting the people who criticized him. The actor later apologized for his rude behavior and deleted the post. The criticisms about Kyung-pyo's social media posts continued while Reply 1988 was airing. Back then, some netizens found out that he was a former YG Entertainment trainee and had made malicious comments on social media directed at JYJ's Park Yoo-chan, accusing him of having won awards because of his popularity, not his talent. This didn't throw a good light on him whatsoever, and many people felt critical about him. Kyung-pyo was involved in yet another scandal in 2020 when he was accused of visiting an adult entertainment establishment with a transgender online streamer. The streamer posted some pictures with Kyung-pyo on Instagram, which were allegedly taken in a club for adults in Seoul. The actor was already being criticized for going out and drinking at a bar during the pandemic when the place where the photos were allegedly taken was discovered by fans. His agency released a statement about the controversy, claiming that the actor wasn't in an adult entertainment establishment but visited a normal bar. They also claimed that he didn't know the woman and took a photo with her just because she asked him. His career continued to flourish as he later cleared up his behavior a little. One of the biggest controversies involving one of the cast members of Reply 1988 revolved around the actor Park Bo-gum. The actor came under fire in 2017 when he shared a post inviting people to join an event organized by the Jesus-Centered Church, a religious group known for being a cult. The controversial group was often criticized for its extreme beliefs and practices and was accused of brainwashing their followers. Bo-gum was a member of the group since his birth, and it was even revealed that his name was given to him by the head pastor of the Jesus-Centered Church. Even after having success as an actor, Bo-gum often shared religious quotes on social media and appeared in videos made by the controversial group. The actor once even said that his ideal girlfriend was someone who shared with him the same faith in the religious movement. Bo-gum was severely criticized for his links with this cult, but that post in particular sparked a new controversy. It led to a heated debate online between those who claimed that Bo-gum had the right to religious freedom and other netizens who argued that using his influence to promote a shady cult is morally wrong. Bo-gum initially stood by his ground and defended the controversial religious movement, but in 2022 he was seen attending another church, suggesting that he had cut ties with the previous cult. However, Bo-gum hasn't commented about the issue since, and it hasn't been brought up much after that. While Kyung-pyo and Bo-gum were involved in various controversies, some members of the Reply 1988 cast suffered a much more tragic fate. This is certainly the case for Park Bo-rum, who didn't act in the series but sang one of the songs in the soundtrack of the drama. Born in 1994, Bo-rum started her career in 2010. When she finished in the top 8 in the competition series Superstar K2, she made her official debut in 2014, after which she went on to enjoy a successful career as a solo singer and was loved by many fans. However, her fans and the entire Korean music industry were shocked when the beloved star suddenly passed away on April 11, 2024, at the age of 30. According to the police investigation, the singer was at her friend's home with 2 other people, and at some point she went to the bathroom. When she didn't return for an extended period of time, the 2 friends went went to check on her and found the singer unconscious and collapsed in front of the sink. Borum's friends called an ambulance and tried artificial respiration, but the singer passed away. The cause of the sudden passing is still unclear and is currently being investigated. Sadly, this is not the only heartbreaking thing that happened. Another cast member, Choi Sung-won, nearly experienced a similarly tragic fate. In Reply 1988, Sung-won played a small role, but his performance was still praised, despite not having many scenes. This seemed to launch his career to new heights, but in May 2016, just a few months after the end of Reply 1988, the actor was diagnosed with acute leukemia. At the time, he was set to star in the drama Mirror of the Witch, but had dropped out of the series because of his health problems. Song-won was on the set filming the series when he noticed that his body felt strange and that some wounds he had weren't healing. He went to the hospital for a checkup and he received the shocking diagnosis. Thankfully, the disease was discovered when it was still in an early stage, and the actor immediately began treatment. After months of intense treatment, he was declared free of the disease in December 2016, and after another period of recovery and improvement, his agency announced that he was cured by July 2017. The actor was able to resume his career and he starred in various movies and dramas, but in November 2020, it was revealed that Song-won was again receiving treatment for leukemia. In fact, the actor's agency shared that he wasn't completely cured and that the disease came back. Just a few months earlier, Song-won had to drop out of a musical he was starring in because of his worsening condition. The actor's agency shared that Song-won's health wasn't in a serious condition, but he wasn't healthy enough to keep acting. After another long period of treatment and recovery, it was announced in January 2022 that the actor was able to resume his career while still being cautious of his health. He revealed that he had to undergo a bone marrow transplant and that now he's completely cured, but added that the disease left him with many lasting health issues. He also shared details about his desperation while suffering from the disease, and he revealed that he even wrote and deleted his will numerous times. Thankfully, Sung-won has now returned to acting, starring in various series, including the recent drama Pyramid Game. The tragedies and scandals around the cast of Reply 1988 also involved the main stars of the drama, and they actually began when the series was still being filmed, as revealed by Lee Hye-ri. The singer and actress played the main character of the drama, Sung Dok-sun, and in a scene, her character learns through the phone that her grandmother passed away. Hye-ri was praised for her performance in the scene, as she seemed completely immersed in the character, to the point that she couldn't stop crying even after filming was completed. Song Dong-il, the actor who played Dok-sun's father, shared that he had to tell her some jokes to help her stop crying. Hye-ri later appeared in a TV show and confessed the real reason why she couldn't stop crying while filming that scene. She revealed, "The day before I filmed this scene, my grandmother passed away. The situation became reality, so it was very hard for me." She added that because of this real-life tragedy, the scene became too real for her, and she couldn't control her emotions. Thanks to the success of Reply 1988, Hye-ri went on to have a great career in K-dramas, starring in many important roles in series like Entertainer and My Roommate is a Gumiho. She even found love while working on Reply 1988 as she entered a relationship with her co-star Ryu Jun-yeol. The couple was beloved by many fans, but the two suddenly broke up in November 2023 after nearly 7 years of dating. What followed was one of the biggest controversies of the past few years in the world of Korean entertainment. In March 2024, Jun-yeol was spotted together with actress Han So-hee in Hawaii, sparking dating rumors between the two. So-hee posted some photos about her trip to Hawaii, which were clearly taken by someone else. Hye-ri then unfollowed Jun-yeol and made a cryptic Instagram story with the caption, "Funny." So-hee replied with her own Instagram story with the caption, "I find it funny too," and a message clearly directed towards Hye-ri. This story was quickly deleted, but the damage was done. So-hee later admitted that she was in a relationship with Jun-yeol, and people started accusing her of being the reason behind the breakup between Hye-ri and Jun-yeol. While most of the criticism online was directed towards So-hee because of her erratic behavior and controversial statements during the whole scandal, many netizens also wrote malicious comments under every social media post made by Hye-ri, who kept being dragged into the controversy. After So-hee and Jun-yeol broke up, some netizens started to attack Hye-ri, accusing her of causing the breakup between the two. Jun-yeol, who also played a leading role in Reply 1988, also faced intense backlash for remaining silent during the entire dating controversy with So-hee, and his career is now at risk because of the scandal. Junyeol and Sohee were both removed from their upcoming film project, Hyunhak, and many netizens decided to skip Netflix's new series, The 8 Show, because it features Junyeol. Meanwhile, Junyeol is also being criticized for playing golf, which is a very polluting sport, while also being an environmental ambassador. Golf is considered to be among the most environmentally damaging sports, as golf courses are often built ignoring the impact on the local environment and threatening the habitat of endangered species. Also, managing golf courses needs a large amount of pesticides, which contribute to soil and water pollution. For this reason, some netizens accuse the actor of not having the right credentials for the role of environmental ambassador, and many even decided to cancel their donations to Greenpeace, who has partnered with Junyeol since 2016. Following this, an old appearance of Junyeol on a TV show recently came under the spotlight. In the show, the actor claims to care about the environment, saying that he practices zero waste, but revealed that actually it's his manager that participates in the environmental practices, not him. Many netizens commented that it's wrong for the actor to claim to care about the environment if his manager is the one actually doing the eco-friendly practices. Many other past controversies about the actor's contradicting behavior regarding the environment emerged, as well as some of his shady business practices and real estate purchases, and also his alleged power trips. With his dating scandal and all his other recent controversies, Junyeol's career is hanging on a very thin thread. Next, we head back to the royal courts in Sungkyunkwan scandal. The show was praised for its story and stellar performances, but despite their early success, the cast members' paths after the series revealed just how unpredictable life in the industry can be. In 2010, the drama Sungkyunkwan scandal was a huge success, but between controversies, criticisms, and unfortunate passings, its cast experienced a series of terrible events over the following years that left some of them blacklisted in the K-drama industry. In fact, the many controversies that affected the cast of this drama extend to the production team too, in particular to the writer Kim Tae-hee. Despite her success, she's been criticized multiple times for changing the original work too much when writing a drama. The main criticism about her style revolves around how she often ignores the original author's intentions. For example, adding or removing romance in a way that distorts the story. For this reason, she's been accused of not understanding the original work her dramas are based on, and damaging the content with arbitrary and even absurd changes. Her work on Sungkyunkwan scandal was criticized too, with many fans pointing out that she removed a lot of romantic moments, despite the fact that the drama is based on a romance novel. Some netizens have instead defended her style, arguing that some changes are needed to make the story fit an episode structure, while others added that these issues aren't all her fault, since a lot of people work on these dramas. Nevertheless, it seems like the criticisms follow her in every drama she works on to this day. Moving on to the actors, let's talk about the female lead of the series, Park Min-young. This was her first major role and skyrocketed her career to new heights. She went on to star in various other successful dramas, such as Healer, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, and Marry My Husband. At first, everything went well for her, despite the fact that she also starred in quite a few low-rated series. However, things started to get worse in 2022 when netizens noticed that there was something weird in her appearance and that she looked stiff and unnatural. The actress has always been open about the fact that she got plastic surgery, but it looked like she went too far this time, and since she also lost a lot of weight, her face started to look a bit strange. Soon afterwards, it was revealed that Min-young was dating the wealthy businessman Kang Jong-hyun. Netizens immediately became concerned about this relationship when an investigation found that Jong-hyun was involved in a shady business and was previously charged with fraud, forgery, scamming, and disappearing once his crimes were exposed. Also, it was revealed that Min-young's sister was involved in Jong-hyun's business, but she immediately stepped down from her position. The actress's agency soon released a statement that confirmed that she dated the businessman, but added that they had broken up, and also denied that she received financial support from him. We don't know if the breakup was real or this statement was just made to get Min-young out of trouble, and many netizens believed that the couple was still together. Nevertheless, the actress was able to recover from the scandal by keeping a low profile for some time. However, the controversy exploded once again earlier this year, when it was reported that the actress lied about her financial ties with Jong-hyun and had received around $190,000 while dating him. Her agency responded to the allegations by revealing that the actress had already been investigated because of this issue, and it was proved that she did nothing illegal. Despite this, many netizens decided to skip her drama Marry My Husband, with some even asking her to leave the industry. At this point, her image has been tainted, and people can't look at her the same way anymore. Another actor who rose to fame thanks to Sungkyunkwan scandal is Song Joong-ki. Following this drama, his career has been marked by fame and success, but also by controversies and criticism. In 2017, fans were surprised by the sudden news that the actor was about to marry Song Hye-kyo, but even more shockingly, the couple divorced just 2 years later. Rumors and speculation about the reasons behind the divorce ran wild over the following months. Hye-kyo's company released a statement saying that the split was caused by a difference in personality that the couple wasn't able to overcome. Sometime later, it was revealed that it was Joong who filed for divorce, and he did so without even telling his wife. No further details were given, so we still don't know what really happened between them, but there have been rumors that Joong might have had an affair with his makeup artist. The actor's love life made headlines once again in 2022 when he announced that he was dating a British woman. In the following months, it was revealed that his partner was the actress Katie Louise Saunders and that the couple had married. Joong also announced that his wife was pregnant, but then went on to make a lot of controversial statements. First, he talked about his relationship with his wife, saying that she helped him balance his emotions. However, netizens noticed that he previously said the same thing about Hye-kyo, and for this reason, many called him fake. Then, he made things even worse when he talked about his feelings on becoming a father and said, "Becoming a father and a husband can also mean actors will be losing their jobs. It seems that getting married and having a baby may gradually make me lose many projects." He added that he wasn't afraid of this issue, but many criticized him for this statement because male actors don't get to put their careers on hold as female actresses do when they become mothers. Nevertheless, it seems like the couple is living a happy life together, and they recently announced that they're expecting their second child. Despite this, there's some speculation that Joong is trying to get into the Western entertainment industry to move away from criticism by the Korean public and completely forget his K-drama career. He's auditioning for BBC dramas, which he confirmed a few months ago. While these actors have been involved in various controversies, other members of the cast had a much more tragic fate. This is the case for John Tae-soo, who gained popularity thanks to his role in Sungkyunkwan scandal. However, just a few months after this series aired, the actor was arrested for attacking a taxi driver after drinking a bit too much and acting violently towards the policeman who arrived at the scene. In the end, he was brought to the police station and was indicted without detention. His career struggled a lot after this incident, and his only major role was in the 2013 drama, The King's Daughter Subek-young. Unfortunately, this was his last acting role. In January 2018, it was suddenly announced that the actor had passed away at the age of 34 after a long battle with depression. His agency's statement claimed that the actor was consistently receiving treatment and his condition was improving before his passing, adding that he was even discussing his return to the entertainment industry. However, it seems like the actor's condition was much worse than what it looked like on the surface. While there was no mention of what caused his passing, many believe that Tae-soo's depression led him to take his own life. Other members of the cast of Sungkyunkwan scandal have instead destroyed their careers with a ton of bad decisions, such as Yoo Ah-in. His appearance in this drama helped him make a name for himself, and he went on to star in various other successful series such as Veteran and Hellbound. He was even able to overcome some health issues, as in 2017 he was diagnosed with a bone tumor. Luckily, the tumor was benign, so his medical condition wasn't severe and the illness didn't affect him too much. In the end, Ah-in became extremely popular and was even named by the New York Times as one of the best actors in the world in 2018. However, his career began to crumble in 2023 when it was reported that he was being investigated by the police for using illegal substances. His troubles with the law began when the authorities noticed that he purchased a suspicious amount of a sleep-inducing substance without a medical reason to do so. As a result of the investigation, he was banned from traveling overseas, and as the police looked more deeply into his behavior, it was revealed that the actor had tested positive for various other substances that are illegal in South Korea. One of the most worrying revelations made by the police during the early stages of the investigation was that the actor took the sleep-inducing substance 73 times just in 2021, a huge amount that could have even cost him his life. This was already enough to destroy his career, but every new revelation just made things worse for the actor, as many other disturbing facts were brought to light. According to the police investigation, Ah-in obtained prescription substances by using other people's IDs, including his father's. The actor was also accused of pressuring a YouTuber into taking illegal substances with him. And it doesn't end here, as he's also suspected of tampering with evidence to hide his illegal habits. Allegedly, he pushed family and friends to delete any content from their phones that could prove his criminal behavior. The police investigation continued, and a trial followed. According to a psychiatrist who testified in the trial, the actor was suffering from many serious mental health issues, such as insomnia and depression, and started taking illegal substances for this reason, but ended up becoming addicted to them. The news of this huge scandal sent shockwaves throughout the entire Korean entertainment industry, as the actor was set to star in various projects that were about to come out over the following months, and were now at risk of being canceled. He was immediately dropped from the second season of Hellbound, while his other project, the series Goodbye Earth, had to be postponed. This drama came out in 2024 after it was heavily edited to reduce Ah-in's appearances to a minimum. This process caused a ton of problems for the production team, as the changes negatively affected the show's narrative. Even though he tried to convince the public that he had good intentions and only took the illegal substances because of his mental health issues, no one believed him. And at this point, netizens already made up their mind. He's now hated by many Koreans, to the point that an angry passerby even threw a coffee at him when he made a court appearance. He wasn't hurt, but this was another humiliating experience for him. While the trial is still ongoing, at this point there's no way for him to recover, and according to both fans and industry insiders, it's going to be almost impossible for him to make a comeback in Korea after this controversy. Finally, we have Park Yoo-chan, who was the male lead in Sungkyunkwan scandal. He was already famous for being a member of the idol group TVXQ, and after this drama, his career was marked by fame and success for several years. However, he then ruined everything because of his legal issues and questionable behavior. His legal troubles began in 2016 when 4 women accused him of indecent behavior. The actor was acquitted of all charges, but he was then sued again by one of the women and was sentenced to pay around $45,000 in damages in the settlement. However, he failed to pay within the deadline, so another trial followed. In the end, he had to pay the woman $50,000 because of the delay and interest. This was just the start of his issues with the law. In 2019, the actor was arrested for purchasing and using illegal substances and attempting to destroy evidence. He tried to deny the allegations, but in the end, he admitted the charges. He was indicted with detention and served more than 2 months behind bars while waiting for his trial. He was released after being sentenced to 10 months in jail, suspended for 2 years of probation, which he completed without any other issues. At this point, his career was already ruined, and in the midst of the scandal, the actor announced his retirement from the entertainment industry. However, just 1 year later, Yoo-chan announced his comeback with a new album and caused even more controversy when he revealed that he would hold an offline concert during the pandemic. Soon afterwards, he was again involved in legal issues, when in 2021, his company accused him of violating his exclusive contract by signing with another agency. As a result, he got a restriction order that banned him from appearing on TV and continuing any activity in the entertainment industry. And this isn't all, as in 2023, it was also reported that Yoo-chan was suspected of evading almost $400,000 in taxes since 2016. Despite being blacklisted from the industry and the real possibility of being arrested for tax fraud, he still attempted to come back and exploit the few fans he had left. He tried to sell photo books, fan club memberships, and fan meeting tickets at crazy high prices, up to $350. Even though it seems like he's always trying to get back under the spotlight, at this point, no one wants to see him coming back, and his career is well and truly over. Even in more recent dramas like It's Okay to Not Be Okay, fame and recognition didn't make life easy for the actors. Behind the awards and praise, many faced intense pressure and personal struggles that few fans were aware of. While the drama It's Okay to Not Be Okay experienced a huge success, a big portion of its cast didn't meet the same fate. From the tragic downfall of So Ye-ji to the controversial dating life of Kim Soo-hyun, being embroiled in a controversy is thankfully not what happened to Oh Jung-se. He portrayed the role of Moon Sang-tae, who is on the autism spectrum. When the drama aired, Jung-se received praise from all sides for his realistic portrayal of a person on the spectrum. Thanks to his great acting skill, many viewers and netizens started to speculate whether Jung-se himself is on the spectrum or if he personally knows someone who is. And while this was quickly denied, little did people know that he actually suffers from a disturbing medical condition. In 2020, he took a part in Channel A's show Heard It From a Grapevine, where he shared that he's been suffering his whole life from an incurable disorder. Jung-se has been diagnosed with prosopagnosia, which is a disturbing cognitive condition that affects the person's ability to recognize people and faces. This condition affects Jung-se's day-to-day life in a major way, as he's often unable to recognize even his own son, wife, and friends. During his appearance on the show, a panelist revealed that one day on the filming set, they were looking at various pictures when Jung-se shared that the boy in the photo looked a bit like his son. What followed was that the whole cast got confused about what he was saying, as the boy in the photo was in fact Jung-se's son. The person who shared this experience from the set said that at first everybody just thought that he was joking, but when he didn't show any signs of playing with them, they realized that he was actually being serious. Only then did Jung-se actually explain to his colleagues that he suffers from prosopagnosia and that he struggles with recognizing people he knows. He confirmed that it puts a lot of pressure on his friendships, as sometimes when he meets his friends, he doesn't recognize them, despite them being very close. Jung-se shared, "When I run into people I know on the streets, I don't recognize them. It's not that I don't remember them, I just can't recognize them. The worst thing is that the condition itself is not curable, and so Jung-se was pretty much forced to learn to live with it." The actress Park Jin-joo, who played the supporting role of Yoo Sung-jae, almost lost her life a few years ago. What happened was that she and her manager were driving when the car in front of them was suddenly put into reverse. Due to the action being so unexpected in the middle of the road, Jin-joo and her manager had to act quickly, and they stirred the car in a second to the side in order to avoid a disastrous collision. Although she tried to downplay the situation in the media, the fact is that they stirred the car into a construction zone and only a few centimeters divided them from a huge hole. If they had driven into the hole, they might suffer a terrible fate. Regarding her well-being, she shared, "I'm still in shock right now, so I'm not sure how my body is." Thankfully, Jin-joo is now safe and healthy, but she seems to be struggling with her career a bit. Despite the success of It's Okay to Not Be Okay, she hasn't gotten her big breakthrough yet, and she continues to only appear in supporting roles. She might have gotten a bit disillusioned by the whole acting path, and since 2022, she's also been active as a member of the musical group WSG Wannabe. Another actor whose career after It's Okay to Not Be Okay didn't get any easier is Kang Ki-dong. While his character was a minor one, he hasn't landed a main role in any TV series yet. He starred in Reborn Rich and King the Land, which were hugely popular dramas, but once again, he didn't get much recognition from the majority of the public. However, his father doesn't seem to think the same. In a touching moment, Joong hinted at coming from a very humble background. In fact, he shared that his father works as a taxi driver. He's so proud of Ki-dong that he actually brags about him to his customers all the time. And when Joong won the Best Supporting Actor award, his father hung copies of a printed article about it around their neighborhood. Joong found out about it only after his childhood friends sent him a photo of the printed news articles. It's pretty clear that his father, who had to work hard as a taxi driver his whole life, is now his son's biggest supporter. The actor who suffered from being an underdog for the longest time ever is definitely Kwak Dong-yeon in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. He had only a guest appearance, but it was probably one of the most memorable moments from the whole drama. If you don't remember, he played the patient who had a thing for taking off his clothes, but even at that point, many viewers didn't understand why he remained so underappreciated in the world of K-dramas. For the longest time, Dong-yeon was landing only minor roles that never got him a lot of screen time. At one point, it even looked like that was his fate and that he would never get a chance to land a big role. Whether it was his performance in Vincenzo or Big Mouth, he continued to struggle to prove his true worth. Thankfully, everything changed when he landed his first major role in Gauss Electronics and continued to get bigger with his role in Queen of Tears. Although it seemed for a while that he would give up on acting due to the lack of recognition, his life has turned around. around. The same cannot be said about So Yeji, who had suffered perhaps the biggest downfall of any Korean celebrity we've ever seen. After It's Okay to Not Be Okay finished airing, everything pointed to Yeji becoming the new queen of K-dramas. Her stunning visuals landed her luxurious endorsements, and her acting was also receiving a lot of appreciation. It seemed like nothing could bring her down, as she was on a high road to even more success. She was confirmed as the main actress for the drama Island, but she got kicked out of the project in 2021 when the world was hit with awful accusations about her true personality. In a matter of days, Yeji was accused of manipulating and controlling her ex-boyfriend Kim Jong-hyun, being a delinquent in high school, and harming the staff who worked for her. This whole mess erupted when Dispatch exposed that actor Kim Jong-hyun refused to film 13 skinship scenes with his co-star So-hyun when shooting the drama time. According to the report, Jong-hyun made various demands on set and exhibited very strange behavior. The reason why Yeji got dragged into this is that Dispatch found out that Jong-hyun was acting strangely due to her orders, which she sent him daily through phone. If you didn't know, they were a couple, and while Jong-hyun was shooting the drama with So-hyun, Yeji got supposedly jealous and demanded that he reject any kissing scenes with his female co-star. Jong-hyun was allegedly so distressed by Yeji's controlling behavior that he avoided any contact with people on the set, didn't speak to anyone, didn't say any greetings, and spent his breaks hidden in his car. He eventually couldn't take the alleged manipulation and ended up leaving the drama completely, citing health reasons as the main reason. His interaction with So-yoon has gone viral because in the video from the press conference for the drama time, he disregards her affection and gives her a cold shoulder. That's why Dispatch exposed everything that had actually gone down when the drama was filming. As if that wasn't enough, only a few days later, Yeji was hit with accusations of being a delinquent back in high school. According to the accuser's statement, she would go around the school with a group of other mean girls and harm the weaker girls both verbally and physically. The person who raised these claims also shared that Yeji would treat people like objects and disregard their feelings. Unfortunately for Yeji, these claims were further fueled when a former staff member from her team came forward and exposed how she treated people behind the scenes. This person was said to have worked for Yeji's agency, and they shared that working with her was sort of like a punishment. In their own words, "At our company, all of us would fight so that we wouldn't have to work with So Yeji. I would cry and tell my company that I didn't want to work with her, but they always told me to suck it up and do it to help further my career." This accuser continued to reveal that Yeji would curse at them, yell at them, and smoke inside the car while ordering them to get her more cigarettes. This already sounds like a nightmare, but the staff member also shared that when Yeji would be in a bad mood, they would all suffer even more. For example, if she decided that she didn't feel like eating, no one from the staff was allowed to get something to eat either. What's more, she would allegedly accuse the staff of spreading rumors about her and then threaten them to ruin their careers if they didn't get their acts straight. It took Yeji 10 months to apologize for everything that she was accused of. Due to how big the controversy got, she got canceled and no one really wanted to work with her anymore. She made her comeback in 2022 with the drama Eve, but the project received poor reviews, and she hasn't gotten cast in anything ever since. However, she has recently broken her silence on the internet and opened a new Instagram account, which was followed by a surprising announcement at the end of June 2024. Yeji signed an exclusive contract with Sublime Agency and is rumored to be gearing up for her big return. Looking at another group of rising stars, the Dream High cast seemed destined for superstardom. But as time went on, some vanished from the spotlight entirely, and their current lives might surprise you. Back in 2011, the K-drama Dream High became a huge hit, thanks in large part to its star-studded cast. But over the following years, their careers have taken different paths, with some becoming huge stars and others falling out of favor with the public. The show follows the story of 6 high school students who dream of becoming K-pop idols, and for this reason, various real-life stars of the Korean music industry were involved. One of these is Bae Suzy, who back then was still a new name in the K-pop world, as her group Miss A had just debuted a few months earlier. In fact, Dream High marked Suzy's acting debut, and few would have imagined how big a star she would become. She immediately won the prize for Best New Actress at the 2012 Baeksang Arts Award, but she continued her music career while taking more acting roles. Suzy's popularity quickly skyrocketed to the point that many felt like Miss A was being overshadowed by her. Nevertheless, the group enjoyed a lot of success for years, but they went into hiatus in 2015 and disbanded entirely. in 2017. Meanwhile, Suzy started to focus more on her acting career, starring in several popular shows such as Uncontrollably Fond, While You Were Sleeping, Vagabond, and Startup. Despite her popularity, for years, Suzy faced a lot of criticism for her acting style, which some described as too plain. However, her abilities have improved sharply, and her performance in the 2022 drama Anna was universally praised. Suzy then received more praise the following year when she acted as the female lead of the series Duna, and she's now regarded by most people as a versatile actress who can do well in any role. While her acting career was flourishing, Suzy also made her debut as a solo singer in 2017, and she went on to release various singles. Just this past February, she returned to music with her new song Come Back. Suzy is now set to be the female lead in 2 upcoming dramas, Genie, Make-A-Wish, and Delusion. Another idol who had a major role in Dream High, Jong Woo-young of 2PM, instead took a completely different path, as he never took any other important role in dramas and mostly focused on his music career. While he remained part of 2PM, he made his solo debut in 2012, and he has since released several new songs, enjoying success especially in Japan. However, in 2018, he confessed that he had struggled a lot with being a celebrity, and at one point he almost left 2PM. While fame felt uncomfortable for him, he decided to remain a part of the group out of love for the other members who helped him overcome his struggles. After completing his mandatory military service in 2020, Woo-young returned to his music career, both as a soloist and as a part of 2PM. While remaining active in the K-pop industry, Woo-young has also worked behind the scenes, and since 2018, he has been a director of external affairs for JYP Entertainment, along with the other members of 2PM. Woo-young wasn't the only 2PM member to star in Dream High, as his bandmate Ok Taecyeon also had a major role in the show. After starring in this series, his popularity only increased, and while he continued his music career, he also appeared in numerous dramas such as Who Are You, Bring It On, Ghost, and Save Me, just to name a few. Over the years, he gained a lot of attention thanks to his acting abilities, and his performance as the main villain in the popular show Vincenzo in 2021 earned him a ton of praise. Since then, he's appeared in other dramas like Blind and Heartbeat, and he's already set to star in at least 3 upcoming series. Taecyeon has wound down his role in the music industry, and he's only occasionally released some songs. In 2018, he shockingly left JYP Entertainment while still remaining part of 2PM, and only 5 years later, he explained why he ended his contract with the company. He revealed during an interview in 2023 that the agency didn't want him to take on villainous roles, limiting his growth as an actor, and this prompted him to leave the company. Given how much he was praised for his performance in Vincenzo, leaving JYP turned out to be the best choice for Taecyeon, and he's now a major star in the Korean entertainment world. However, he hasn't been immune to scandalous rumors, and in 2023, a netizen submitted an anonymous confession to YouTuber Stephanie Soo, which seemingly involved Taecyeon. This netizen claimed that years earlier, they had a one-night stand in a nightclub with a member of a boy group under JYP Entertainment, and the next morning they received a non-disclosure agreement from the company. Many people online immediately speculated that Taecyeon was the idol in question, but he denied the allegations, describing them as nonsense. His love life recently came back under the spotlight when a photo of Taecyeon kneeling in front of his non-celebrity girlfriend in Paris was released online. This sparked speculation that he's about to get married, but his agency has denied this, while the photographer who posted the picture apologized for exposing Taecyeon's private life. Ham Eun-jung of TR is another idol who appeared in Dream High, and after this show, her career had a lot of ups and downs. When the series aired, TR was at the height of their popularity and one of the most famous K-pop groups, but everything came crashing down in 2012 when they were involved in a huge scandal. The controversy began when TR member Hwa-young suddenly left the group, claiming that she had been harassed by her bandmates. Despite conflicting reports on what really happened, the public immediately sided with Hwa-young, and TR suspended all activities. This impacted Eun-jung's career, and she was kicked out of her drama Five Fingers, despite having already filmed some episodes. However, a few months later, the producers of the show apologized to Eun-jung for firing her without notice. Despite suffering a lot of backlash, Tiara soon returned to their activities, but the scandal continued, and reciprocal accusations of mistreatment between Hwa-young and the other members went on for years. Even now, Eun-jung still suffers from this scandal, which has resurfaced several times. Just a few months ago, in November 2024, the CEO of TR's company admitted that there were internal conflicts in the group, while a former staff member backed Hwayoung's story, saying that the harassment was real. Nevertheless, after the initial scandal, Joong returned to acting in 2014 and has starred in various dramas, most notably the 2018 series Lovely Horribly. However, none of her acting projects has been particularly successful. She will soon return to a leading role in a drama, as her latest project, the series Queen's House, is set to be released at the end of April. Meanwhile, Joong has also remained active in the music industry, mostly as a member of T-ara. It's a much different story for another one of the stars of Dream High, IU. This drama marked her acting debut, and she immediately received a lot of praise for her performance, leading her to start a very successful career in the world of K-dramas. She soon took more major roles in shows like You Are the Best and Belle Amy, earning the prize for Best New Actress at the 2013 KBS Drama Awards. Alternating between her acting and music career, IU kept releasing one hit after another while starring in popular shows such as The Producers, Moon Lovers, Scarlet Heart Ryo, and My Mister. Over time, she became more confident in her acting abilities, and her role as one of the top stars in Korean entertainment was cemented with the immense success of her series Hotel del Luna in 2019. Since then, she made her movie debut, appeared at the Cannes Film Festival, and released a ton of new music, always receiving a lot of praise. IU is now under the spotlight once again after she made her return to K-dramas after 6 years in When Life Gives You Tangerines, which immediately became a huge hit. While she's always praised and loved by a large majority of netizens, she hasn't been immune to scandals. However, most of the time, these controversies turned out to be baseless gossip or straight-up nonsensical conspiracy theories, so IU's popularity hasn't been really impacted. IU is now one of the most popular and well-paid celebrities in Korea, with a rumored net worth of around $45 million. She will soon appear in another drama, as she's set to be the female lead of the upcoming show Wife of a 21st Century Prince. The future of another star of Dream High, Kim Soo-hyun, is instead extremely uncertain, and his career is currently on a downward spiral. His appearance in Dream High skyrocketed his popularity, which was cemented with a series of roles in hit dramas, including some of the most popular Korean shows of all time, such as My Love from the Star, It's Okay to Not Be Okay, and Queen of Tears. He became one of the most famous Korean celebrities all over the world, and his popularity helped him endure several scandals over the years. However, his career suddenly imploded with the shocking revelation that he had groomed Kim Se-ron, dating her since she was 15 years old. These accusations came from a source close to Se-ron's family after her unfortunate passing, and unveiled a huge web of lies and secrets that Soo-hyun had hidden for a long time. Now he's facing all kinds of accusations, with more and more reports of misbehavior, including forcing Sully to film an explicit scene and paying people to spread false rumors about Soyeji. As the scandal has grown bigger day by day, Soo-hyun has been met with intense backlash, and many of his friends have distanced themselves from him. He's now quickly losing sponsors and brand endorsements, while all of his upcoming projects have been put on hold or canceled. Once one of the most beloved celebrities in Korea, Soo-hyun has now completely fallen from grace, and it's hard to see him ever recover from his huge series of scandals, to the point that many think that his career is over. The story isn't always about fading quietly. The Squid Game 2 cast shows how even massive global success can bring criticism, controversy, and public scrutiny that dramatically affects an actor's career. After the immense global success of the first season, the second season of Squid Game has been one of the most anticipated K-dramas of the year. However, there has been some controversy surrounding the casting choices, leading to the drama not achieving the results it was hoping to. Since most of the characters that appeared in the first season couldn't make it through the brutal challenges, the production team had to come up with a cast almost entirely composed of new actors. Among the few returning characters are the protagonist Song Gi-hun, played by Lee Jong-jae, the frontman portrayed by Lee Byung-hun, the police detective Hwang Jun-ho, played by Wi Ha-jun, and the game recruiter, played by Gong Yoo. Except for these and a few others, the cast features a wide range of new faces, including several celebrities who are already quite popular. While many fans of the series have been excited to see the cast of the new season being slowly revealed over time, some of the casting choices have caused a lot of discussion online. Among these is the decision to include Song Young-chang in the role of one of the competitors. He enjoyed a successful career in the 1990s, but in 2000 he was found guilty of a crime involving a 16-year-old girl. According to the police investigation, the actor paid the teenager around $150 on 2 separate occasions. He was sentenced to 10 months of incarceration with 2 years probation, and he served a month in prison before being released to observe his probation period. After his release, he moved to Canada and returned to the Korean entertainment industry only many years later. He has appeared in several dramas since 2017, but due to his criminal past, he's still banned from most Korean TV channels. Another controversial actor cast for Squid Game 2 is Oh Dal-soo, who plays the role of the boat captain who is helping Jun-ho find the island. In 2018, he was accused of acting inappropriately towards a woman, and after initially denying the allegations, he eventually issued an apology, taking responsibility for his actions. He then took a lengthy hiatus, and since the statute of limitations on his case expired without a formal investigation, he was deemed not guilty. Dal-soo has since returned to acting, but his past behavior has resurfaced after he was included in the cast of Squid Game 2, leaving fans feeling weird for even watching the show in the first place. One of the most controversial actors appearing in the second season of Squid Game is Lee Jin-wook. He plays the part of one of the competitors in the game who joins the competition to pay for the treatment of his daughter, who's terminally ill. While Jin-wook has enjoyed a successful acting career, his reputation has been deeply impacted by a scandal that exploded in 2016 when a woman accused him of forcing himself on her. He denied the allegations, and a long legal battle followed. In the end, the court ruled that his relationship with the woman might not have been consensual, but since there was no proof of this and he didn't threaten her, he was deemed innocent, while the woman was arrested under the accusation of making false statements. The odd reasoning behind this decision has caused a lot of discussion, and to this day, many feel that Jin-wook was actually guilty and shouldn't even have a career. Despite this, Jin-wook continued acting and appearing in numerous successful projects as if nothing happened. Nevertheless, he couldn't escape the shadow of his controversy as it resurfaced earlier this year when he was announced as the male lead of Dear Hyeri. Since this drama was marketed as a healing series, many viewers expressed their discomfort with his appearance, which was deemed as traumatizing rather than healing. For the same reason, when netizens found out that Jin-wook would appear in Squid Game 2, many protested against Netflix for their decision to cast him and even announced their decision to boycott the show because of this. He isn't the only member of the cast who had legal issues in the past, and some controversy also surrounds the decision to include former Big Bang member T.O.P. in the role of the rapper Thanos. While T.O.P.'s career as an idol flourished, he also began acting, and he soon started to receive a lot of praise for his performances. In 2017, he started his mandatory military service, serving as a policeman, but just a few months later, it was reported that he was being investigated for using illegal substances. Just a few days after this news was revealed, T.O.P. was found unconscious and was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, apparently after taking too many tranquilizers. After 3 days in intensive care, he regained consciousness and slowly began his recovery. This made the accusations against him even more evident, and because of the ongoing investigation, T.O.P. was discharged from his position as a policeman. At the trial, he pleaded guilty to all charges, and he received a 10-month prison sentence suspended for 2 years. He finished his probation period without further offenses, and he was able to complete his mandatory military service in 2019. After receiving his sentence, T.O.P. expressed regret for his behavior, but some people haven't forgiven him, and many protested the decision to include him in the cast of Squid Game 2. In fact, among all the other cast members who faced accusations of much more serious crimes, T.O.P. was one of the most hated ones, with netizens strongly protesting the decision to include him in the show. The backlash got so big that the director of the series, Hwang Dong-hyuk, commented on this controversy, expressing his surprise. He explained that he didn't expect so much pushback against T.O.P.'s casting since a lot of time has passed since his controversy, and he has already completed his sentence. He added that many artists have returned from similar scandals, so he didn't think that his appearance in Squid Game 2 would be inappropriate. The director continued to defend his choice by explaining that T.O.P. showed a strong commitment to his role and demonstrated his effort and talent numerous times on the set. Nevertheless, many netizens were still skeptical about his casting, with some saying that they wouldn't even watch the show, and others adding that casting a talented rookie would have been a better choice for the role. While this controversy was ongoing, Netflix kept releasing promotional material for the second season of Squid Game, and many noticed that T.O.P. was absent from the new poster of the show, and he was even removed from the official list of cast members. He was prominently featured in the initial trailers, so it was weird that he was suddenly nowhere to be seen in the promotional material. Many netizens suspected that maybe Netflix was trying to distance themselves from TOP as the release of the new season was approaching. Things didn't get better after the release of the series, as many viewers found his performance quite weak, with some reviews even stating that his lack of acting skills ruined the immersion in the show. Some netizens complained by saying that the decision to cast him is inexplicable unless it's attributed to his connections and close relationships with other members of the cast of Squid Game 2. One critic added that casting a real singer in the role of a rapper wasn't necessary, and the decision to cast TOP is even more difficult to understand after seeing his performance. Another huge controversy surrounds the decision to cast Park Song-hoon in the role of Hyunju, one of the competitors in the game. However, this time, no one is complaining about his acting skills or his criminal record. Rather, the problem is the nature of the character he's playing. Hyunju is a former soldier and a transgender woman who's still transitioning and decides to join the game after spending all of her money on a gender-affirming surgery. During the course of the challenges, she shows incredible strength and determination and slowly gains the trust of the other competitors, despite their prejudice against her. The inclusion of a transgender character in a Korean drama is already a big deal, since South Korea is usually a very conservative country where gender issues are still often considered taboo, and many oppose same-sex marriage, which isn't legally recognized. In fact, some more conservative netizens have protested the presence of this character and even complained that the show is prioritizing representation over realism. While these arguments have been mostly dismissed as an awful case of transphobia, the character has still been surrounded by controversy. While the decision to have a transgender character in such a prominent show is surely a big step forward for the LGBTQ community in South Korea, many viewers are upset because the production team missed the opportunity to cast a transgender actress in the role. Some netizens have complained that casting a cisgender man pretending to be a transgender woman isn't the right way to give representation to a minority group. However, many have pointed out that it would have been very difficult to find a transgender woman who's active in the entertainment industry of South Korea. One netizen explained that because of this, in Korean dramas, queer characters are still often played by cisgender actors, and including these characters is already a huge step forward that should be praised. Nevertheless, Song-hoon and the production team of Squid Game 2 have faced a lot of backlash for this, and the director decided to address the issue directly. He explained that he expected the character and the casting choice to be controversial, and revealed that while doing his research, he initially wanted to hire a transgender actress. However, his search was unsuccessful because unfortunately, there are close to no actors who are openly trans or gay in South Korea, and the LGBTQ community in the country is still marginalized and neglected. So ultimately, he decided to hire Song-hoon. The director added that while the decision wasn't one he wanted to make, there was nothing he could do. Whether it's because of these decisions or because of other issues that netizens found while watching, the new season of Squid Game has received mixed reviews, and all the controversies surrounding the actors and characters surely didn't help. Speaking of fame lost, Song Joong-ki once seemed untouchable in the K-drama world. Yet today, his career has slowed, leaving fans wondering what went wrong for the actor who was once in every iconic drama. Song Joong-ki was on top of the world of Korean entertainment for years, but fans have slowly turned their back on him, and a series of flops might be a sign that his fame is starting to disappear. He began his acting career in 2008 and had his breakthrough 2 years later after starring as one of the main characters in the popular series Sungkyunkwan Scandal. He then became an established star thanks to his appearance as the male lead in the movie A Werewolf Boy in 2012 and the drama Descendants of the Sun in 2016. With his popularity rising to new heights, he was beloved by fans all over the world, but this doesn't mean that he was immune from scandals and criticism. In 2017, he surprised the entertainment industry by marrying his Descendants of the Sun co-star Song Hye-kyo, but even more shockingly, the couple divorced just 2 years later. Rumors and speculation about the reasons behind the divorce ran wild over the following months, with Hye-kyo's company simply stating that there was a difference in personality between the two. Sometime later, it was reported reported that it was Joong who filed for divorce, and he apparently did so without even telling his then wife. No further details were given, so it's still unknown what really happened between them, but there have been rumors that Joong might have had an affair with his makeup artist, even if there was no infidelity involved. The way he blindsided Hye-kyo about the divorce has left a bad taste in people's mouths, to the point that they can't get over it. It's safe to say that his image was tarnished by this controversy, and many fans turned on him, but he was still able to weather the storm and return to his successful acting career. The huge popularity of his drama Vincenzo in 2021 made him an international star, and after a few complicated years, things were looking up for Joong. In 2022, he cemented his popularity by starring as the main character in the series Reborn Rich, but soon afterward, his love life made headlines once again. That December, he announced that he was dating a British woman who was later revealed to be the actress Katie Louise Saunders. In the following months, the couple got married and welcomed their first son, but Joong received a lot of backlash after making some controversial statements. First, he talked about his relationship with his wife, saying that she helped him balance his emotions. However, netizens noticed that he previously said the same thing about Hye-kyo, and for this very reason, many called him fake. Then he made things worse when he talked about his feelings on becoming a father and said, "Becoming a father and a husband can also mean actors will be losing their jobs. It seems that getting married and having a baby may gradually make me lose many projects." He added that he wasn't afraid of this issue, but many criticized him for this statement, pointing out how male actors usually continue their careers without issues after becoming parents, while actresses who become mothers often lose roles and popularity, and they have to put their career on hold for a long time. Netizens were really upset with Joong for his statements, and the controversy had a huge impact on his image and his career. Despite the fact that it was screened at the Cannes Film Festival, his 2023 movie Hopeless failed to attract a domestic audience when it was released in South Korea that October. The film was harshly criticized for lacking a clear and compelling storyline and for its inconsistent character development, and the movie suffered from financial losses after its underwhelming performance at the box office. This flop was another setback for Joong's career, and his reputation as a major celebrity began to be questioned by fans and industry insiders, with netizens pointing out that his star power wasn't enough to attract audiences. Joong acknowledged the criticism, but he dismissed the flop of his movie by arguing that he was aiming for something bigger, and his real goal was expanding his career to the global stage. Chasing this goal, he began to look for acting gigs outside of his home country, but it seems likely that he was also trying to get away from the constant criticism directed at him by Korean netizens. In fact, many people in Korea criticized him for seeking a job abroad, arguing that he was only doing this because he married a foreigner. Joong addressed these rumors by saying that he has tried global auditions for many years, not because of his wife, but because he wanted to try different cultures and new genres. However, things didn't turn out too well for Joong, and he confessed that he failed every single audition for international projects. It's unclear why he failed, but an issue that might be impacting Joong's chances with international roles is the language barrier, since he has struggled for a long time with speaking English. While he has sometimes shown that he's able to speak English, and he has definitely improved over the years, his skills still require a lot of refinement. Joong confessed his ongoing struggle with the English language by revealing that it's also a challenge at home and that he has to speak with his son in Korean because his English isn't that good. In any case, his failure to get international roles meant that Joong returned to Korea, and in 2024, he starred as the male lead in the movie My Name is Lo Ki-won. While this film attracted some attention and even topped the Netflix charts, it wasn't exactly a success, as it came under fire for its plot and a few controversial scenes. The movie follows the story of a North Korean defector who escapes to Belgium and falls in love with a Korean woman who's facing some hard times. While this might seem like an interesting premise, many critics found the storyline weak and uncomfortable. Some pointed out that the relationship that develops between the leads felt too sudden and even forced, while the main characters remained too one-dimensional. What makes things worse is that the love story between the main characters isn't even in the original novel the film is based on, but the director still chose to include some steamy scenes that show the lovers in intimate situations. The director defended her decision by saying that the steamy scenes help balance the story, and she felt like love was the only reason why the characters made some seemingly illogical choices in the movie. Joong also addressed the criticism, confessing that he also had a lot of doubts about the plot when he first read the script, and he even refused the role initially for this exact reason. However, he said that when he received the same script 5 years later, he began to appreciate the story more, and he ultimately accepted the role. Joong added that despite the harsh reviews, he still loved to work on this movie, and he was satisfied with how it turned out. However, things got much worse for him after the release of his next project, the film Bogota, City of the Lost, which is centered around a group of Korean immigrants who move to Colombia and find themselves involved in the black market of the country. The movie actually began production in 2019, but filming had to be halted the following year because of the pandemic, and a long series of issues and delays followed. Ahead of its release, the cast of the film, which also includes other established stars such as Lee Hee-jun and Kwon Hae-hyo, built up the hype by underlining the unique setting of Colombia, which is rarely seen in Korean productions, and expressing how much they loved working on this movie. However, when the film was finally released on December 31st, 2024, it flopped massively. The long-awaited film only attracted around 300,000 viewers in its first week, ranking third at the box office behind Harbin and Firefighters, which were both released earlier. The movie also received a lot of criticism, with viewers pointing out issues with the seemingly illogical plot and flat characters, and many calling it boring. With the previous flop of Hopeless, Bogota, City of the Lost marked Joong-ki's second consecutive flop at the box office. Adding these underwhelming performances to the harsh criticism received by My Name is Lo Kwan, which was only released on Netflix, reveals a worrying pattern. Netizens are now discussing whether Joong-ki has lost his touch, with many arguing that he's often playing similar characters, and others saying that his movies are always dull. In fact, many netizens believe that the problem is that he starred in too many mediocre films, and people nowadays don't watch movies just because a certain actor is in it. Some netizens are more critical, arguing that he was never really a hit actor, and others even stating that he has ruined his image so much that they don't want to see him anymore. However, some people online instead think that the flop of his latest projects isn't a big deal, and he will have another hit someday, while many prefer seeing him in dramas rather than films. This argument has also caused a lot of discussion after netizens noticed that Joong-ki hasn't played many leading roles in dramas, but every time he did, the series became a success. In the midst of all this criticism, Joong-ki attended an event to promote his latest movie alongside his co-star Hee-jun and with actor Lee Sung-min as a special guest. However, very few people attended the event, and Sung-min confessed that it was heartbreaking to see the theater almost empty. Joong-ki then expressed his thoughts, saying that Korean movies are struggling and are becoming increasingly hard to promote. He also said that he worked harder than ever for this movie, and then he became emotional and started to tear up a bit, ending his speech by thanking fans for their support. While some netizens have expressed sympathy for him, saying that his passion needs to be recognized, many have reacted harshly, with some saying that his tears were fake and others arguing that he shouldn't cry because he was still paid a lot of money regardless of the success of the movie. If this wasn't enough, Joong-ki has also been met with criticism for the way he talked about his wife in a recent video. While bragging about her cooking skills, he referred to his wife with a Korean word that can be translated to "that person," which is used in casual speech but is often considered a disrespectful term to use when talking about your partner. It seems like Joong-ki can't do anything right lately, with one flop after another and a lot of controversial statements, and these issues have massively impacted his popularity and his position as a major star in the Korean entertainment world. Later this year, he's set to make his drama return with a leading role in the series My Youth, and it will be interesting to see if this project will mark a resurgence for his career or if it will be yet another flop. And finally, some of the industry's most tragic cases belong to actors who were blacklisted entirely. Their absence from screens is shocking, and learning where they are now gives a sobering look at the harsh realities of the K-drama world.
Are you wondering what the blacklisted Korean actors are up to these days? Some have disappeared, and well, some of them have just moved on with their lives. Let's start the video with Kim Se-ron. Despite her young age, Se-ron's rap sheet is pretty lengthy. In 2014, at just 13 years old, Se-ron faced her initial scandal when a photo with her friends surfaced online, revealing a bottle of wine and cigarettes. This drew criticism from netizens because at the time that the picture was taken, Se-ron was underage. Fast forward to 2022, she made headlines again after being involved in a DUI incident, crashing into an electric transformer and causing power outages in nearly 50 places. She was taken off projects following being apprehended by the police in May 2022, and in April 2023, KBS officially banned her from appearing on their network. During her initial court appearance in March of 2023, Saran expressed regrets for her actions and apologized, leading to the court showing her leniency. This resulted in her receiving a fine of only 20 million won. Additionally, Saran posted pictures on Instagram seemingly working at Mega Coffee, but the cafe chain later clarified she never worked there. Dispatch also disclosed photos of Saran playing poker at a club, contradicting claims of her financial difficulties, which made netizens resent her even more. Her career did suffer in a way from this scandal. Usually, celebrities with DUI charges are never forgiven by the public and have had their careers ruined to the ground, but Saran keeps attempting to return to the industry. Despite the initial reports that she was dropped from the Netflix original drama Bloodhounds and was replaced with actress Joong, Saran still ended up being part of the cast. Well, it wasn't like the producers could do anything. She couldn't be completely edited out, but her parts were severely reduced. Apparently, because of the drama's storyline and the character's importance, completely erasing her character wasn't important. She couldn't promote, but she showed her support by liking the posts of her co-stars. Saran also appeared on the music video for EI Brothers and Christine Corliss's collaboration Bittersweet in August, rocking a blonde bob and appearing cheerful, but she hasn't been heard of since. We now can talk about actresses Park Shi-yeon, Lee Sung-yeon, Jang Mi-in, and Hyun Young, who were all embroiled in one big scandal together. Around the beginning of 2013, they were facing accusations regarding the unauthorized use of propofol. They got to be investigated by the police, and the whole thing ended up with Park Shi-yeon, Lee Sung-yeon, and Jang Mi-in getting sentenced to 8 months in prison, suspended for 2 years. Hyun Young, who was the only one not to get indicted, has been lying low ever since she was fined, only coming out of hiding to donate 10 million won to help people get through the tragic disaster of the Turkey-Syria earthquake in February of 2023. She took some minor roles after her scandal, but nothing noteworthy. Lee Sung-yeon continued her career as an actress, booking roles in dramas like The Secret House, Left-Handed Wife, and The Rich Son. Jang Mi-in took one role after the scandal in the drama My Lawyer, Mr. Joe 2, Crime and Punishment, but hasn't had much success reviving her career. What also didn't help was a controversy that happened back in 2020 when COVID-19 was at its peak. Min-ae expressed strong disapproval of the government's approach to handling the pandemic, which stirred anger among many netizens. They found it hard to believe she was criticizing the government's efforts to improve citizens' lives during this challenging time. Instead of reflecting on her actions, she ended up doubling down when she started cursing at a netizen who told her to wear a mask. That's one way to put an end to your career. Park Si-yeon managed to keep her career running up until 2021. In January of that year, she was booked for a DUI, and if the propofol scandal wasn't enough to end her career, this one definitely was. As per the police report, she rear-ended a car at a three-way intersection while it was waiting to make a left turn when the traffic light changed. Although no injuries were reported, Park Si-yeon's blood alcohol content level was recorded at 0.097%, surpassing the limit, which resulted in her driver's license getting revoked. She did apologize, but hasn't been seen much since. But what about Park Yoo-chun? As you might know, back in 2019, he received a 10-month prison sentence and 2 years of probation for illegal substance use. Following this, Yoo-chun faced a ban from the entertainment industry, attempting unsuccessfully to lift it in 2022, leading to his complete blacklisting from the industry. After completing his probation without violations, he attempted to make a comeback with the movie On the Edge, which didn't hit the theaters. Instead, it premiered on various TV streaming platforms. Then, in April of 2023, Yoo-chun updated the public on his whereabouts after retiring from the entertainment industry. Living a simple lifestyle, he's been spotted in various locations like Thailand, Japan, and China over the past few years. Logbook Entertainment, Yoo-chun's agency, dropped a teaser on April 12th for his upcoming vlog series. In the teaser, Yoo-chun looked different, much healthier than before, as he sported a new tattoo covering his ex-fiancée Hwang Hana's face with a popular anime character. Netizens were appalled that he had dared to come back in the first place, writing comments like, "This truly is a supply without any demand." Then, on November 3rd, several media outlets gave updates on Yoo-chun's dating life, revealing that he's currently in a relationship with a Thai woman. Let's give some more backstory on the two, though. They crossed paths while working together and started having feelings for each other, with his girlfriend being a fan of the Hallyu culture and Yoo-chun specifically for some time now. The girlfriend is said to be very wealthy, with her family being rumored to have a fortune of 38 trillion won. This makes her part of the top 0.1% of Thai society, which has made her family be known for their high social status. Her father alone has a very prestigious background. He's a former judge and previously served as the Minister of Justice in Thailand. Presently, he holds the influential position of Deputy Prime Minister in the country, which is arguably a pretty big deal. It seems that the relationship is quite serious too, since he's said to have plans to marry her after dating her for over a year, and the two have shown a lot of love and affection to each other in public. It's also expected that Yoochin will be moving to Thailand after the couple's marriage and then continue his career there. He has already taken the first steps to establishing a career in the entertainment industry there, as his girlfriend has used him as the official model for her newly launched skincare brand business since August. While Yoochin's company hasn't confirmed any of these reports, netizens are still criticizing the alleged girlfriend for choosing to date him in the first place. Someone just seemed puzzled by the couple, writing, "I'm so confused right now. Why would a successful businesswoman who's from a well-off family want to see someone like him?" Another said, "I don't understand the woman. He's a criminal with 2 records. Just why?" Now on to Lee Kyung-young, who committed one of the most heinous crimes out of all the other actors on this list. Back in 2002, it came to light that he manipulated and exploited an underage aspiring actress, having physical interactions with her on 3 separate occasions. The court sentenced Kyung-young to a suspended 10-month prison term, 2 years of probation, and 160 hours of community service. Initially banned from appearing on all TV channels, NBC lifted the ban in 2014, followed by SBS in 2019, which is frustrating on its own. Some actors and actresses have had their time in the industry destroyed and ruined for petty things, yet someone like Kyung-young still gets to have a career. After making a comeback to dramas with SBS's Haechi in 2019, once his ban was lifted, Lee Kyung-young has been seen in several dramas like Vagabond, Hyena, and The Veil. Notably, he returned to movies in 2005, just 3 years after his sentence, and remained engaged in about 70 films regardless of their significance. His period of self-reflection was relatively brief, and he emerged as one of the most active actors thereafter. About 3 years ago, he made a controversial appearance on the drama The World of the Married, which had viewers expressing just how uncomfortable they were with having someone like him on their screens, despite the things he did, even calling for the boycott of the drama altogether. Lee Kyung-young has had a minimum of 2 casting offers per year, despite being a convicted criminal. These aren't small roles either, as he's been in Dr. Romantic 3, Why Her, and Dr. Lawyer. As of lately, he's playing the character of Suribu in the drama Moon in the Day. When it comes to Kyung-young, it seems like the public's distaste of him doesn't matter that much to the studios, who keep casting him. We'll end the video with the current whereabouts of actress Han Ji-sun. Her career had been flourishing up until 2018, when it was reported that she got into a stopped taxi at a red light while drunk and attacked the driver by slapping them. When the police arrived, the situation escalated further as Ji-sun managed to attack several police officers. She slapped one and bit another. She was fined and placed on a year of probation for her actions, but this was just the start of her punishment. She not only got dropped from the projects she was working on, but she was also banned from all the major Korean broadcasting stations. Since then, Han Ji-sun hasn't made any appearances in films or dramas. Her agency, J-Wide Company, has removed her from their social media platforms, and she doesn't have any personal accounts, or at least any that the public is aware of, which makes it difficult to pinpoint where she's now. As she's been shunned from the entertainment industry, Ji-sun hasn't been seen in public since, and knowing her case, it's likely she never will be. What are your thoughts on this?
These stories show just how unpredictable and unforgiving the acting world can be. If you want to explore more of the lives and struggles behind Korea's biggest dramas, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.